Hey peeps, and welcome to another bullet journal video. This plan with me is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to show you how to use a theme in your bullet journal. I get a lot of questions about how I set things up and how I look things up for my themes, so this is just going to be a little bit of a tutorial. Starting out with my usual planning page, this usually just gives me a little bit of a vague general idea of what I want my month to look like. So I have done a lot of videos on these, but I have my what worked, my what didn't work, things I would like to try, and my supplies sections in this planning page. I sometimes have a theme section just in case I don't know exactly what theme I would like to use. In my next bullet journal, I plan on doing weekly themes, so this theme section might get a little bit more use in that bullet journal than this one. I usually always know what I want to do for the next month by the end of the previous. Now we're going to go on to the research portion. So this is where all the magic happens, and I figured I would show it just because it's behind the scenes work you guys don't really hear about. So pretty much I will just go online, whether it's Google, Bing, whatever. I usually use Google or my phone, and it just helps to research the topic of the theme that you want to try, because this not only gives you inspiration, but it kind of makes it easier later on when you're trying to actually doodle or find things that go with your theme. I know a lot of people will go on Pinterest and look at photos for that. I just search a few things that go within my theme's topic. So for example, space is mine, so I searched space doodles, planets, and space photos. I usually like going with the more realistic photos so that way I can make it my own style in my bullet journal, but it's really whatever works for you. Just don't copy straight from the original artist. That's never okay on Instagram or otherwise. So after I research, I go back to my planning page and I practice doodles and washi. This is obviously optional. You don't have to. I personally do it because I like to know what's going on. And this is where I just practice the doodles so that way it's easier whenever I go to my actual month, because it's almost like a practice page, so I can practice all the different things that I would like to try. So going on to decorations, I have some stickers that Books of Notes on Instagram sent me in a wonderful Happy Mail. I have some washies I'm going to try and use. And I have a lot of washi samples that I've been sent in Happy Mail that I'd like to make use of. I don't always put these in the beginning stages of my theme whenever I'm penciling out and just putting the bare bones in my month. I usually try to go simple first and then add more later, so you won't see a lot of these used later on. And then I pretty much just have a bunch of different black pens, since this is mainly going to be black and white. Anywhere from Micron to Faber Castell to Stabilo, all those good things. Then I go through and I make sure I have all of my pages sort of laid out. Not everybody does this. I personally do because it makes me feel a little bit better. I will just write at the bottom in pencil what page goes where, and then I will begin penciling in my spreads. I pencil in almost everything, guys. This is a huge misconception in the bullet journal community. I pencil in almost everything, down to some words sometimes. If I don't already know what's going to be there, I will sometimes write every single word on a page if I have to, just so I make sure it looks good to me before I actually ink it in my bullet journal. Other people aren't as high strung as I am with that kind of stuff, but that is just me. It is totally okay to use pencil first. Penciling in stuff will also help with your practice and placement, so if you're as perfectionist as I am sometimes, you will want to know kind of pretty much what it looks like before you even start, and that is what penciling is really good at. It's for just putting that ease of mind, like, oh, this is what it will look like, I think it'll work, let's go ahead and try it, kind of a thing. And you know what, with themes, sometimes a little bit goes a long way. Not always do you have to have this spectacular, amazing, every page is like an art piece kind of a theme. If you do that, that's totally awesome. A lot of people love seeing that kind of stuff. But personally for me, I think going simple and then adding more works better, just because I don't want to totally overwhelm my page, because I've noticed whenever I do that, I just lose inspiration. I don't really want to do anything with my bullet journal because I worked so hard on it already. I just don't want to look at it anymore. So pretty much, you can be extra if you want, but personally for me, I like going simple and then adding, just because a little bit sometimes does go more of a long way than totally doing a huge theme. I mean, even with my crystals, I think I went a little bit overboard, even though they were pretty much just on my dailies, but sometimes I felt like I just did a lot and I really didn't need to. But you guys seem to enjoy it, so, and I did too, so oh well. For February, I changed quite a bit, but also not a lot. My monthly changed. I'm going from the one I used from Lux in Your Life, who used to be the Sisters Bujo. I was using hers and I really, really liked it, but I really saw this and I really wanted to try it. This is from Rose K Journals. It's inspired by hers, but it's not exactly like hers. I just wanted to see how it would work for me. I go back and forth between loving the calendar view and loving the list view, so since I fell so hard in love with the list calendar, I decided to try it out again. This task list has been a lifesaver. So if you have a long list of stuff to do and it overwhelms you, trust me, it overwhelms me too. I talked about this a little bit in my last video with the January dailies plan with me and how I set up my dailies and why I do it the way I do. Having different categories for tasks to go into makes the list not as scary, and it really, really helps me, at least. I know it helps a lot of people to sort of like chunk it up rather than having one big massive list. And that's pretty much all this task list page does for me. It's pretty much my monthly to-do list, but it's not like a hard to-do list. Like, I don't have to do all of these this month. It's just the stuff I would like to do. I've also gotten so used to not using washi, I kind of forgot about it, and I just kind of made my own washi at the bottom, which is totally okay. I love doodling. Bullet journaling is a creative outlet for me, so it's hard for me to remember I have stickers and washi to use. So later on, I will probably add washi with my dailies and stickers and stuff. I just totally forgot. I was so on a roll with this that I didn't really use a whole lot. And a lot of my spreads for my monthly stuff anyway does take up most of the page, and I didn't want to totally just make the page gaudy with washi and stuff for a video. So if washi or stickers are not your thing, don't feel like you have to use it just because everybody else is. You can do whatever you want in your bullet journal. Just a little, public service announcement from Haley Journals. Inking is sometimes my favorite part because everything just seems to come together nicely, because after you do all that hard work of penciling stuff in, or at least, my hard work of penciling stuff in, a lot of people don't do as much pencil as I do. After doing all that hard work with the pencil and making sure everything's where I want it to be, having it come together with the black just it's so satisfying to watch. It's so awesome. I tweaked my finance tracker a little bit this month just because the last one worked, but I didn't use it a lot, so I'm trying to change it up a little bit to see if I will actually use every bit of it this time. And my reading tracker is a lot more simple than the last one. I'm not reading an 800-page book anymore. I finished it, so I don't have to fill my entire page for one book. And I'm really excited to try and get into more reading. I have a higher goal this year for my reading challenge, so super excited to be able to use this, and I finally use a moon sticker, guys! I finally use one, yay! This was a spread. My study log was a spread I kind of wish I didn't put in there. I have fallen off the French bandwagon ever since I made that video, and I feel really guilty because I made that video to kind of be like a accountability thing, so I can show you guys how good I am at French, but hopefully having this log will help me remember to study French and at least try and get back into doing a little bit every day. I think what happened was I was doing so much every day, I just burnt myself out. And Duolingo's kind of like rough sometimes because I will do a whole bunch of stuff and then not do stuff for a bunch of days, and then I have to go back and pretty much do all of those lessons again. And I know it's like an incentive to keep doing it every day, but sometimes I can't do it every day, so I've literally been doing the same lessons over and over, and it's really annoying. So I'm hoping the study log will at least get me to do my little minimum every day rather than doing a ton every day. And February 1st is actually my birthday, so this video will be going up the day after, and of course I'm extra, and I needed a whole page for my birthday, even though I just found out I will be working all day on my birthday, so there really won't be much to fill in on this spread, but I like it because I wanted to do a full page daily for a while. I just never had a reason to, so doing a full page daily was kind of fun. I just don't think I could ever fill a full page up for a daily, so yay decorations! And we are done, guys. This is the final flip through of my February monthly collections. I will have all of my supplies in the description, and I hope you enjoyed learning how I do my themes for the month. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!